If you want to live life to the full, and I mean...
When we arrived in Singapore, the first thing that hit me...
If you really want to live it...
It literally hit me. Like the slap of a wet flannel across my face.
And discover all its wonders.
As you step off the plane, the humidity of the place.
Then you have to travel.
When you reach the East Malaysian coast, it's the colours that first grab you. The heady blend of saturated pinks, comforting crimsons, peacock blues.
You find yourself when you're travelling. Really find yourself. If you travel long enough, and journey hard enough.
Intoxicating smells. Mango leaf and lime.
Diesel fumes and rain. I mean, you've got to do it the hard way.
After 2 weeks, I was losing weight, fast.
Find a jungle to trek through, an ocean to dive in.
It was the heat. Too hot to eat. No clean water, just fizzy drinks that make you even thirstier.
Avoid the tacky tourist traps and head for the less travelled paths.
I was hemorrhaging sweat.
Create your own traveller's tales.
I still can't forget the sound of the jungle at night. Weird, wild and terrifying.
Do things you never imagined.
The blacker than black darkness when a glimmer of light peeps through, although you stare and you stare till your eyeballs feel like bursting.
You want to dare the elements, tread on a stonefish and not die. Swim amongst Portuguese men of war. Feel electric shocks in the water prick your skin.
Explore swathes of white sand and strips of palms bowing in the breeze like graceful dancers.
When you travel, you feel brave and bold, really sexed up.
And you're into your South Pacific fantasy. A handsome hero strokes your neck. His tanned body entwines with yours, his whispers blending with the sound of the cicadas.
You want to rip off a bikini, tumble her onto the floor, get really sweaty together. But she won't let you.
And the light, it all seems tame, safe, far away.
A word of advice. Choose your travelling companions very, very carefully. Don't take the woman you want to pull and pretend it's going to be one of those we just want to be friends expeditions.
When they show you the hole where apparently the massive python lives, you say, oh, that's cool. And you casually prod it with a stick, this empty tomb of leaves and stones. How remote it all is. By day.
It's the heat. It does things to your mind, tugs at your desires.
By night, the jungle's a totally different story. Python holes right next to you, in the darkness of your mind.
So, if you want her, beware.
You hear them caw and screech and buzz and knock against the wire mesh separating man from beast, far worse now in your imagination than any creature you saw that day.
When you're deep in the jungle, it's strange how the seemingly chilled, really cool lady can transmogrify into the babbling hysteric from hell you never imagined you could possibly be. I'm not being a bastard, this is true.
You dread to light a candle, just in case you see something of the horror you imagine. You feel, you know it's there. It's the python. Sliding into your chalet through that gap in the mesh you saw before the generators went off. A gap that seemed so insignificant. Then
You go to bed, frustrated, vowing never to make the same mistake again. Then in the middle of the night they come to wake you, the local boys, running to your chalet with their cries of, Mr. Adam, the giant turtle has come! So you run along the beaches with the droves of other tourists who've crowded to the shanty hotel complex to catch at this same moment the rare giant turtle has come ashore. She's about to lay her eggs.
on the Lake of Lilies, the boatmen laughed at my tales of the night before. They laughed at my tales of a visiting python. Fear made me tremble under the sheets till dawn.
We were near the Thai border and Jen was complaining again about the heat And she couldn't walk in it, breathe in it, or any damn thing in it.
He's always a tourist, they joked. We warned them. The jungle. She's a whole different story at night from the day.
Well, I've decided to leave her alone for a while. Things I had to do.
But they never believe us.
I got her burning while she was still sleeping.
They never believe us until the next morning they smirked.
I just headed out to the street while the morning air was cool. 80 rather than 100 degrees.
On and on they went about gullible tourists, how they turned white as the lilies on the pond, trembling like the legs of dragonflies.
I kicked sand between my toes, chomped at the watermelon and fresh lime, discovered a good spot for seafood and coke.
But the real danger, the boatmen warned. Their voices now, sotto voce.
That was another thing. Jen wouldn't even eat seafood. Big mistake when you're travelling cheap.
The real danger, they warn you, is in the lake. It's very, very deep.
Out here, it's so hot that the meat is rank, putrid at best, stomach churning at worst. I'm sure Jen's got dysentery. Always on the bog, all running to it.
All I can hear now is the whir of the fan above my head, cooling the room. I find I can't now stand. Ah. I'm looking up at the hovering blades, listening to them slice the air.
There was a rat, the size of a small dog, scampering along the gutter beside me. It gave me quite a shock.
As I lie here, feeling, knowing I'm not well, I wonder, will you return? Or will you leave me behind?
Travelling's great. It really is good for the soul.
I wonder, could I die here? Who would know?
It really gives you time to confront your demons.
So far away from home.
Look, don't make me go back to her.
I want to go home.
I just don't want to go back to her. Jen? Jen, what's the matter?
I'm not... I'm feeling a bit weird.
Weird?
The room, it keeps going up and down. Are we on the boat?
Oh, you're burning up. I think you've got a fever.
It feels like I'm falling through space. And oh God, help me! Adam, please help me!
Jen!
Oh,
Look, we've got to get you to a hospital somehow.
I'm scared, Adam. I'm really scared.
Oh, shit! Shit! Jen, please wake up. Look, you're going to be okay, all right? I'm just going to... Oh, hell, where'd you find a doctor in a place like this? Okay, I'm just going to... Right, I'll be back. Yeah, soon. I'll be back. It's good to go travelling, isn't it? Broadens the mind. New experiences, a bit of an adventure. And it makes a good story. Yeah, something you can tell people. Something you can share.